The Age of Exploration, also known as the Age of Discovery, began in the early 15th century as European powers sought new trade routes and territories. It was driven by the desire for wealth, the spread of Christianity, and advancements in navigation and shipbuilding. One of the pivotal figures of this era was Prince Henry the Navigator of Portugal. In the early 15th century, he established a school for navigators and sponsored numerous expeditions along the West African coast. These voyages expanded European knowledge of the African continent and opened new opportunities for trade in gold, ivory, and slaves. In 1492, Christopher Columbus, sponsored by Spain, embarked on his historic voyage across the Atlantic, aiming to find a westward route to Asia. Instead, he stumbled upon the Americas, forever changing the course of history. Columbus's discovery marked the beginning of European exploration and colonization of the New World. Another significant explorer was Vasco da Gama, who in 1498 became the first European to reach India by sailing around the southern tip of Africa. His journey established a sea route to the lucrative spice markets of Asia, boosting Portuguese wealth and influence. Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer sailing for Spain, led the first expedition to circumnavigate the globe from 1519 to 1522. Although Magellan himself was killed in the Philippines, his fleet completed the journey, proving the Earth's roundness and the vastness of the world's oceans. The Age of Exploration was marked by the establishment of trade routes that connected Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. The Columbian Exchange, a widespread transfer of plants, animals, culture, human populations, and diseases, profoundly affected the world. Europeans brought wheat, sugar, and horses to the Americas while receiving crops like potatoes, tomatoes, and corn, which became staples in Europe. This era also had darker aspects, including the transatlantic slave trade. European powers exploited African labor to work in the plantations of the New World, leading to the forced migration and suffering of millions. The explorers of the Age of Discovery were also instrumental in mapping the globe. The use of the astrolabe, magnetic compass, and improved cartography techniques allowed navigators to chart unknown territories with greater accuracy. Maps from this period reflect a growing understanding of world geography, although often with significant inaccuracies. By the late 17th century, the Age of Exploration began to wane as European nations shifted focus to colonizing and consolidating their overseas empires. The knowledge and wealth gained from these explorations laid the groundwork for the globalized world we live in today. Thanks for joining us for 60 Seconds of History. Stay tuned for more quick dives into the past,